a brief respite.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the burning remains of Joachim's Rest. Joachim, of course, all of us know, goddess of good fortune. Seems to be a bit of a misnomer in this particular case. Joachim, let's see, what's the lore? Titles: Liberty's Maiden, the Coin Maiden, Merchant's Friend, Golden Lady, Our Lady of Gold, Lady of Trade, and Mistress of Coin. Lesser deity of wealth and trade. I must be mistaking her for someone else. But anyway, her symbol is like... Yeah, her symbol's a coin. So I'm having to open up this chest that I smuggled out, and it's proving much more difficult than it should. So I decided to use my enhance ability spell to give me the edge that I need, because I don't think I'm gonna get into any combats between now and a long rest. Yeah, who am I thinking of? Let me just look at my handy dandy list of Faerunian deities here. Chimera, that's right. The other deity whose face is on a coin. It didn't sound right when I was saying it, but there we are. Alright, time to send the food back to camp, because it gets heavy. Send some of this other stuff to other people, because it gets heavy. What do you want, Karlach?
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target. Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens. Believe me, I know that better than most. But the vast majority of soul coins are put to use by devils. Better for us to use them in the fight against evil. Next time we're in a mad battle, you'll see. If something wicked can be put to proper use, that's a good thing.
Surprised this hay hasn't gone up in flames yet.
There's something hidden here, in the hay.
Don't be shy.
found that little wedding ring. All right. So this is not as effective as I thought it would be. I thought barrel of water might put the fire out. No such luck. No such luck, it seems. Yeah. So I did not plan on the dude being crushed by that beam, but I do think it was pretty hilarious timing. Just like
No time to rest.
I'm a little bard, and I'm like, ooh, let me put on a little performance of like it being difficult to lift the beam, and then I'm like, all right, well, let me get you out of here, and it just
Monsters.
goes terribly wrong.
Kill. No, you're not. They were small like you, but uglier. I was ready to run you through. My mistake, friend. Him? He was the biggest. Now I'm the biggest. Yes, it was screaming, waving around its metal. I made him stop screaming. An attack. Monsters. Little ones and taller ones. They took the shiny one. He killed many.
This is the spot Rugen marked. Doesn't look like much.
What a charmer.
So I'm running a poll to see what our next course of action should be, and I put an option on there for basically check out the Zhentarim hideout here, but I want to go and trade with these guys, if nothing else. So I may not end up exploring it fully to its deepest depths, but I am going to go in here and, you know, sell some stuff.
Well, down you go then. They'll be on us soon, so if you're looking to trade, you best be quick. Entrance is hidden behind the wardrobe. Here's the key.
Great. Yeah, so since I saved that dude and his friend from the Knolls, he gave me, well, and I bamboozled him into thinking I had been sent by their boss. He gave me the passphrase, and so I was able to dish that out, which is good because that can go very badly if you don't know the passphrase. Then we go down the hatch, and then we go to their fake storage room, which is, you know, the kind of thing that like a mafia gang would have back in the day, where it's full of like crates and vases and stuff that's, you know, technically trade wares. You know, we got sausages and cheese, which, by the way, suggests to me that maybe that true soul that we found, Ed or something, and his two little acolytes, maybe he came from here originally, just based on the quantity of meat and cheese. But yeah, this is very like, you know, oh, I'm a man of legitimate business kind of a thing. This little warehouse. We'll find the real operation here. Just as soon as we're done scooping up some provisions. Our camp will never run out of food, just based on this initial area.
Look at that.
Right into the hidden stair. The dark depths below. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's actually not that dark. I'm kind of surprised at how bright that light is coming down from the ladder up there. Nice little autosave. Let me search through some more crates real quick. No rotten tomato, please. Ooh, potato. Garlic, potato. So I believe a courgette is cucumber. It's like, oh,
That's
sorry,
far
there's a
enough.
conversation.
What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Hold on, that's the lass who saved us from the gnolls. Let her in.
You've revealed our location. That tongue gets any looser, Rugen, I'll cut it out. Come down then. Seems you're a friend of the family.
Yeah, friend of the family. I'll just help myself to everything in the fridge here. Yeah, so we're just gonna come in here, collect a little reward, scout out all of their traps, do a little business, offload some surplus nonsense that we don't need to be carrying around. Yeah, if you just try and like infiltrate this place without being welcomed in, it kind of sucks. But you can definitely do it. I've done it on other playthroughs, but it is unpleasant. You can also just like throw fire at one of these barrels, and a lot of stuff will explode. But I also don't recommend doing that. Let me just hop over this barrel that is very inconveniently placed. Everyone else can walk by it, of course, but not me.
What kind of drawing you want? Like any kind of birds or...
I owe you one for saving my people. The Zhentarim look out for their own. Even if it's Rugen. That's worth some coin. And my thanks. Our trader can show you some of our more exotic items now. But don't delay. This place is likely to be rubble soon. Someone kidnapped a duke. Right on our bloody doorstep. The Flaming Fist will need someone to blame. I don't plan on it being us. Strip this place bare!
Thanks again. Hope Zari's treated you to something nice.
Any falls behind?
Good to see you. Killed any more beasts out there?
So the crossbow is pretty good. Obviously not for Minna, but I can pass it off to one of our martial types. I think Astarion can use it. See, I'm starting to not trust when things are highlighted in white, because there was that one time that I tried to pick something up and they were like, you're stealing. But I will just take a peek here at the book. It seems that our Zhentarim leader here, Zaris, I think her name is, bit of a pulp reader, adventure stories. I believe Farida's sister in the Brimstone Angels called them chap books. Just sensationalist little, what we would call dime novels. It's a fun bit of writing. Only ever like 4 pages though, unfortunately. I will say one of the few things I'll always hold in high regard for Skyrim is I found a book that was...
You seem a nice soul. I'm glad we didn't have to kill you.
It was like 20 pages, maybe more. I forget what it was about exactly, but it was engrossing. It was like 20 or 30 pages of a story. It was just like, I was just sitting there reading it in some mansion. It was high quality stuff.
Don't touch anything you ain't paid for.
There's no need.
Well, don't you cut a fine figure? Want your portrait done? If you have the gold, my pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness. Let's say we're his patrons, yeah? Found him wandering the wilds alone. He needs protection. And if his paintings cover our costs, so much the better, eh? You've got an eye for quality. Every noble in Baldur's Gate will be after one of these. Tell him I sent you. And if he stains it up with his sniffling, there'll be hell to pay. Something I can help you with? Of course. Got some interesting stock for a friend of the family.
I actually would really like a portrait done of Minna. Unfortunately, she has like morals and probably doesn't want a portrait done by a kidnapped guy. So much for that idea. But we're going to do some brisk business here. And by brisk, I mean long and thorough. Just selling a whole bunch of books and letters and nonsense that, listen, they're cool when you pick them up. Or, you know, the first couple of times you play through the game. But after a while, you're kind of like, oh, right, that leaflet. Oh, yes, that book. And you kind of get the gist of what's in them. And you realize that once you pick up an item, it gets sort of auto-cataloged into your character's journal, and you don't need to carry it around. There are a few that you do need to carry around, but those are usually highlighted as key items. I'm going to get this Titan string bow, give it to Karlach. Karlach, not big on ranged, but I want to make sure... I'm not going to give it to Lae'zel. One of the two. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let me talk to this artist.
You. Zaris may have welcomed you, but I can see you're not one of her thugs. You need to buy me. Oh. Another of Brem's bloody commissions? I will not sully my brush with every ugly vagrant who... Forgive me. I just, I'm here against my will, you see? But I know my patron is looking. She will be most grateful to whoever can secure my release. And most generous. I know it. As far as you're concerned, she may as well be the coin maiden herself. But there will be time for questions later. Please, speak to Brem. I need to see the sun again.
Something I can help you with? I doubt you've got that kind of dosh lying about. All right, so maybe I was fishing. No fooling you. He's all yours. Don't forget to feed him. He balls something proper.
I can't say I've ever been bought before. How much did I fetch? No, don't tell me. There's nothing so depressing as learning one's true value. Well, you should at least know what you've paid for. I am the Oscar Fevras, at your service. A genuine pleasure. I'm in your debt, as is my patron. My betrothed, I should say. Assuming Lady Janeth still wishes to marry me after our little, falling out.
Quite. It seems we are destined to doomed romances, are we not?
She offered me a future. And so, in a fit of madness, I told her of my past. Of the woman I'd loved before she found me. Loved still, in truth. She was less than pleased. I made a timely retreat into the countryside. To paint and clear my head. To choose, I suppose. Oh, absolutely none. Fame and wealth suit me very well, no doubt. And yet, I think of that first love, and I hesitate. Likely I'm going mad. Regardless, we have more immediate concerns. Your reward once I've returned to the city, for one. Say, I don't suppose you could spare some coin, could you? Ease the discomforts of the road some. I suppose I can endure the walk sober. Suffering has become an old friend, after all. Until Baldur's Gate, then.
All right, got some inspiration. I think I need to start using some inspiration, actually. I think I might be full up. Yeah, it is one of the unfortunate things with the inspiration is once you fill up the meter, if you get more, it just vanishes, which is something that happens in Dungeons and Dragons a lot too. Is they introduced this inspiration mechanic in 5th edition, and people were overly precious with it, and they would just hold on to it. Eventually, they would forget that they had it, and so the DM would stop giving them inspiration because people would never use it. So it's like, okay, I'm going to give you a resource that you never use. You just hold on to it like a precious little treasure forever. You know, you're like, oh, a free advantage. I'll use this one day. It's like, when? When are you going to use it? on a death save, you're going to wait until you're on death's door and then use your inspiration. You don't. Spoiler alert, guys. 5th edition is not a hard game. You don't make death saves that often. So don't save your inspiration.
Hey,
Give
Soldier.
your DM a break. Use your frickin' inspiration.
That's the short of it. Bloody thing's been in overdrive since I left Avernus. Why not? Let me see if I can paint you a picture. The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-knee delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. I'll mete out the best ones bit by bit, so you always have a reason to keep me around. Clever, right? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again. First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right? Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
Yes, let's conclude our adventures so we can throw ourselves at more danger. Excellent, excellent. The true adventurer's life. This poor knight here. Are they a knight? Are they just a flaming fist? Flaming fists aren't knights. Just to be clear, flaming fists are mercenaries. They're very official mercenaries, but they are mercenaries. We're gonna scurry along here. By the way, I had forgotten the little wrinkle about Karlach having worked for Gortash originally. This is a fun little sequence. I always find this tiefling up here at the bridge a little interesting.
Gods preserve me.
It would be too much to hope that's nothing
Watch
to do
out
with
for the
us.
dragon.
I tangled with a dragon once. Never forgot it.
Yeah, I find this
Swallow us in a
interaction with
gulp.
this tiefling up here funny.
What are you doing? Hold up before they see you, Gresham. Look, down there. That lot are swarming all over the bridge. I don't know what they want, but it can't be good. I'm going to find another way around. You ought to do the same. I doubt a fight against them would go your way. What? Just follow you around? I go my own way. Alone. Nobody. Just another harassing fool trying to stay alive. There's plenty of us around. Rag. That's it. I'm getting out of here.
Okay, you don't want to follow us around? That's fine. I'm going to follow you around. I'm going to find out where you live. See, I'm sure Larian Studio expected me to go and figure out what was going on with those people. But instead, I'm going to figure out what's going on with her. And what's going on with her is she has no existence beyond that one conversation, which is unfortunate. I really like how you as the main character are like, oh, well, how about you join our party? And everyone else is like, oh yeah, you know what, we should team up. But this one tiefling is like, no, why would I do that? I go my own way. I'm like, oh. Yeah, why do all these people decide to just work with me? I think it's because of the tadpole. I do wonder how many of these people would team up if they didn't have an existential threat. Whoa, that was a harsh time of day difference. We hopped right from like sunset into overcast afternoon. That was pretty wild. But yeah, you know, like
Flowers, leaves,
they're talking.
grass.
Shh.
Can't beat it.
I was raised in the city. I'm more used to feeling cobblestones underfoot than grass and fallen leaves.
Before I went to Avernus, I'd have agreed with you. Nothing quite like Baldur's Gate, is there?
Nothing in my recollection, anyway.
Gotta like a little side commentary. And you know what? You know, maybe we're gonna start shipping Shadowheart and Karlach.
These goblins aren't exactly
Maybe.
house-proud as occupiers go.
Wouldn't blame the gobs. Place looks like it's been abandoned a good while. But hey, maybe we can scare up a few dusty bottles of wine somewheres.
I like your way of thinking. Split any takings we find?
Sister, you've got a deal.
All right. Yeah, so it sounds like their assessment of this village is similar to what I was suggesting, which is that the village had been abandoned for quite some time before the goblins came in and attacked, which I don't remember if that's ever made clear as you're like hunting around. It seems evident just based on the state of everything. I don't know that they say it. You know? And how long ago? I think I suggested it might have been like 5 years, or a little, like between 3 and 5 years. Long enough to be abandoned, not long enough for someone else to come in and replace people who live there. These bridges are also really out of sorts, and I don't think that was the goblins doing. Yes, the annals of Baldur's Gate, Grey Harbor, its wealth vastly diminished, visited by one Balduran. And over time, he grew its fortunes and its legend, and thus it became Baldur's Gate. One fun thing in this game is that if you don't loot a body, it will sometimes just stay around forever. And so it was fun coming back here through the front gate and being like, oh, I missed a few bodies. Just scoop those up. Get those little bits and bobs out of the way. But you can see where the other bodies have been removed. Like there were several bodies right up next to the gate before. Yeah, I don't know what the exact prerogative is on, like, if the body is carrying less than a certain amount of value, it will disappear. Maybe. But we're gonna go see the Infernal Mechanic. See if what's his name? Damon? This guy. If he can fix up Karlach a little bit so she isn't, about to explode like Neo Tokyo.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallogized Demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help, but I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Vernus. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Hey, soldier. I think we picked up some of that infernal iron already. What say you? Should I give it to him? Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlach. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
Damn druids. Who uses wooden tools?
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Alright, we've got Karlach patched up a little bit. So hopefully, step one. This is a multi-step quest to get Karlach repaired. We've got Damon on the case here. He's gonna think about the best way to patch her up in the future. Get some ideas. I'm not trained in martial weapons, so I cannot use Herald. I distinctly remember in a previous game having no idea where I got Herald from. So now I know.
What to bring?
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful. Bring it on.
This is ridiculous.
Any questions, children? I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two. Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Sir, are we gonna have to fight goblins?
Hobgoblins?
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Time for a little more shopping here. Just, wrapping up some odds. Gotta get some orange color, represent the Min-Max brand. I'll put that on eventually. But at this point, I knew I was running a little short on time. Needed to get back to camp, have a few cut scenes before turning in. Who knows what random interaction will be flagged at this long rest. It's always a mystery. First, we gotta get outside the gate. I'm gonna move us in the general direction of our next destination, which I think we have the result for. Let me just double check here. Let's see. Technically, there's 24 hours left, so things could change. But right now, going to see Granny is well in the lead. So unless someone, gets a posse together to swing the vote wildly towards either me going back to the Zhentarim hideout and like really digging around and like trying to infiltrate them and get into their stuff, or jumping into a giant spider hole. Those are the other two sort of contenders. It seems that no one wants to go see the goblins yet, so I guess we're saving that for last. Yeah. You know, guys, scout around the perimeter, see our possible destinations are. Look at our options. We'll set up camp. Have a nice little outdoor night by the fire. Have some. Well, I don't know yet. We've got so many options. We picked up all those giant crates of meats and cheeses. We could eat just about anything. We could eat lemons and cucumbers. We could eat honeycomb and roasted, like honey roasted hams. That actually sounds good. Honeycomb with ham. Delicious. Just like crumble it over it while it's cooking. Alright, time to talk to everyone at camp.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
Yes? It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire. Yes and no. The problem is, once you're a vampire spawn, they completely control you. They have to allow you to bite them. And why would they do that? Vampires are power-hungry creatures. They won't lose a servant to create a competitor. Trust me, it doesn't happen. Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Isn't it glorious? Karlach's fury is a wonder to behold.
Karlach's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her.
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
So, I'll probably just go back to the shop and buy some inconsequential magical item for like 50 gold to feed
Perhaps
to
I'm not conveying the urgency of the
Gale
situation.
here,
It's
because
incredibly,
I also need to give him a
world-shatteringly
robe. I
important
think I
you
sold
give
a
me a
robe
suitable
that I
artifact.
had.
Please.
We'll take him out. We'll take him out on the little walkabout tomorrow. Now that I've had my scene with Will and
You
Karlach
think me impatient or ungrateful?
going to rescue.
For now.
I just wanted the theatrical moment of Will and Karlach storming Joaquin's rest together to save Will's father. It didn't quite work out the way I had envisioned, but I think it all worked out in the end. Generally pretty well. Have to unload my backpack again into the village, not the village, though it does take a village, into the community chest for the food. Just loaded up with all these delicious, tasty treats. I don't know. I think even in Tactician, I never really ran out of food. All right, now we see the consequences.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
You flatterer. Why, if I had a warm heart, I'm sure it would be skipping. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget,
Our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
I think that worked out well.
Keeping well, friend.
I did flirt with Mizora because people said in the poll, we love everyone. That includes Mizora, apparently. So, if you've never seen it, there's quite the saucy romance scene you can get with Mizora if you want to swing that way.